Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the series finale. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but the series finale of the Sporting Kansas City Manager Career Mode here inside the Cauldron, episode number 13, as we are wrapping up this series here today. And man, what a series it's been. We've only played 2 seasons of this series, but I've playing this series, it's actually helped me a lot. And got me really into playing NCAA, or excuse me, and FIFA. Wrong sport there. Got me really into FIFA, and I'm really glad that I got into this because I've learned how to appreciate this sport a lot more. And especially if, I don't follow too many, of my hometown teams. The only team I really follow on the regular basis locally is the Jayhawks, really, when it comes to basketball. But all the other sports, I really don't, the Royals or the Chiefs, I'm just not big fans of them at all. But Sporting Kansas City here the last couple of seasons now, I've been in several games, and my buddy Joe, who really got me kind of got this started, this little bug in me of wanting to play a soccer game and get to know the sport and get the players, stuff like that, has done a lot. And I'm so at some point here we will get back to a Sporting Kansas City series here on the channel. But I'm just really a little bummed right now that we had to finish this, at least this first series of them here on the channel, as we are, of course, we were 2 games away from this one. We were, NCAA 21's been out for a while now. Eventually we will have a series from that, possibly here on the channel. Some pretty similar to this one. Of course, we do have our Premier League series here on the channel that we'll get back into with the Wolves. I do plan on playing a lot more than just 2 seasons with them. Especially with our coach that we've created on that series. But I just want to put just in this series here for right now. At least for now, we could easily come back to it if we wanted to, because we do have a great setup here for a 3rd season. We can get into it. Not to mention I could recreate some of these players, especially our youth academy players. So I could recreate them and have them on the team and kind of have a flash forward type of series. There's a lot of things you can do when you have series like this that can spin off to be other things. But today here inside the Cauldron, we're going to take a look here at some of the numbers, final numbers for the season. Kind of look at, just kind of get a good idea of where we're going to be at here. Once we get into, just trying to wrap up the series here and just kind of talk about some things that have been going on. So we'll go ahead. Actually, let's go ahead and go to top scorers here. And of course, there you see the player there from Colorado Rapids there with 17 goals and 35 matches. Nemo, he was our top goal scorer this season. He had 50. He would have been our top goal scorer, but we released him, and New York ended up picking him up. So NYCFC, their top guy there, 15 goals this season. Zaires there for Columbus, 15. And Eric, surprisingly enough, he really did a great job towards, once we got rid of Nemo. I was, season 1, I was really hesitant about really starting him too often. And then once we got into season 2, I'm like, okay, maybe there's some potential with this kid. Maybe we can get things going. And he really did a great job of just really working with him in training, getting him up to where he needed to be at when it comes to training, and just trying to finish, there when scoring goals. So he has 14 for the season. Rooney, right behind him with 13. Gutierrez, who was our guy after we got rid of Namath, got rid of Nemo, and of course Roger was, of course, hurt, and a couple other players we ended up releasing, or they left us to go on to play in Europe. Gutierrez did a great job there of holding the fort down. He had 13 and 39 games. He had an amazing season there for us this year in goal scoring. Let's take a look at assists. Gutierrez, again, the top guy in MLS with 10 assists in 39 games. Martinez of Houston, there you see White, Rooney, and Sanchez, who did a great job there, really picking up the pace there. Espinoza, Roger Espinoza, he's a long time Sporting Kansas City guy, both in this game and, of course, in real life. And fortunately, he had that freak injury, which took him out of there, and he was really one of our midfielders that we really needed during that stretch there. And you see how valuable and important he was during that stretch. And it really sucks that since we're going to end the season here, or the series, and we won't really get to see what we can do with him. Going on to the next season. Of course, in season 3, I probably would have at some point here. I think he's in his mid 30s on that other. He's pretty much at his peak. I probably would end up going ahead and letting him go. Molina, of course, a guy that we're going to end up, he's going to go to Europe because we brought in Zach Steffen from Columbus Crew. He is going to take over there. But Molina, there you see 17 clean sheets this year out of 37 matches. Great year there for him. And then, of course, you see some other numbers there. Steffen, of course, had 7 clean sheets. Not all of them with us, I don't believe. But there you see in 15 matches he played in this season. It might have been it for us. All those 7 there. And then you just see the rest of the numbers there for some other players. Yellow cards here. Didn't have we didn't have too many people get in trouble when it comes to yellow cards. Pretty disciplined team for the most part here, as you can tell. Yeah, so not too bad there. Red cards. We'll look at the rest here. Looks like we don't have anybody. If we did, it's not showing up here. But for the most part here, we did a great job there, just being very disciplined in what we were doing on the field. Take a look at the U.S. Open Cup, and of course, Rowe and Brophy. Brophy, one of those young guys that I am so excited about here. And again, it sucks that we're going to have to, end this series here, because having him as one of our youth academy guys coming in here, showing off what he can do, him and Eric are really, really making it tough for me to figure out who is going to be the everyday, who is going to have that solidify that position there at striker. I was thinking maybe we might have to change up the formation, having 2 strikers up top and then more defense in the bottom, the bottom there. Maybe like a 5-4. Was it 5-4-2, 5-4, or 5-5-2-2 or something like that? I don't know. I forgot what defense it was I was looking at, but that was something I was possibly looking at maybe going into season 3. Because I really cannot keep those 2. I cannot keep either one of them off the bench. They are good players. Just does such a great job there. And fortunately they didn't get Brophy didn't get played as many matches as one of them. He got to play a lot more of the U.S. Cup action. He did play in some of the regular league matches there, but yeah, for the most part here, it was pretty nice to see those 2 go out, fight, and a nice fight, good competitive fighting, for that to get a chance to play there on the pitch as a striker. Gutierrez and both Gorso there, both 2 goals apiece in 4 games there in the U.S. Cup. Let's look at the assist. Looks like Brophy had 6 assists in 3 matches. Wow, he really did a great job there in assists. There you see his numbers. High score there, two assists in 2 matches there. He was another guy that really took over. Running as Johnny Russell was, we're really trying to keep. I was, really trying to keep Russell on the squad as long as we caught Kovacic. Russell wanted to move on and go back to Europe and play. So, Hosher there did a great job there. One of our young guys that we brought up from the youth academy, and really excelled and did a great job there, picking up just where Johnny left off there. Not saying he was replacing Johnny, but he did a great job of coming in there and kind of start filling the boots of Johnny Russell on that left side, or excuse me, on the right side there. Sanchez, Gutierrez there both had 1 assist, and then so did Gorso there. Gorso this year, he had a really tough year. It was not like the first year we played this. He was really, he was our goal scorer there for that first year. But yeah, it was really, really tough to see him not be able to play the way he's been playing. So I'm hoping that'll change as we go into this next season here. I don't know if he's still young enough. I think we re-signed him to another 3 or 4 year deal. So he should be around longer. So clean sheets, there you see the numbers for clean sheets there in the US Cup. Not too bad there. We had 2 out of the 2 matches that Molina was in. Of course, Stefan had 1 out of the 3 he was in. And then yellow cards there. Doesn't look like we had any issues there in the US Cup. Okay, well, one of our camps did. He had a yellow card there. Now I remember. Actually, I do remember that now. That was I was being a little bit of overly aggressive. Let's just put it that way. Let's see, anybody else? Doesn't look like it. Oh, Noah, who he had 1 also too. I don't remember that one at all either. That one I do not remember at all. So, but he had 1 there. Yeah. And then the red cards there. No red cards there for us. Thank goodness. So not too bad there for the Open. As for the Champions Trophy there, you see that was the preseason tournament we were in. Espinoza had a goal there in 5 matches. Gutierrez and Gorso did also 2, respectively in 3 or 4 or 5 matches. Just take a look at the rest of the numbers here. Gorso had 2 assists and 4 matches there in the Champions Trophy. Molina had 4 out of 5 matches he had a clean sheet in. That was really nice. I think the only time they scored on us was in the championship game that we were in for that preseason tournament. And there you see red cards and yellow cards, nothing there. So as you see here, this is just the look that what we have so far here on the team right now. As for substitutions here, these guys, like I said, they'll be interchangeable. I like what we have right now. But at some point here, if we go into the next season, of course, Molina wouldn't be here anymore. Roger would be back up in there. And then, of course, we have some other new faces that would be popping up here in the reserves, and then also in the substitutions there. And like I said, we are going to be looking at some new formations, possibly for next season that I do want to go into, that I think will be beneficial for us as a team. Especially with the 2 strikers that we have, that I really want to have both on the field here. That would really change up the dynamics of the team. But I think for right now, I really feel real comfortable with this 4-4 or 4-3-3 holding. I would like to go to a 4-4 or 4-3-3 attacking if we were going to season 3. But like I said, there's just some off cam. I've been kind of messing around with it. some different formations I've been kind of working on, not just for, you know, if we were doing season 3 for this series, but also for, you know, once we get back into the Wolves series there on the channel. I would definitely be doing here on the channel. I was definitely going to be kind of tinkering with that formation there. So let's look at our objectives here this season, and there you see we settled out 90% of our well, yeah, at least 90% for attendance, but at least 50% league home games. We got that one. Of course, we won. Became MLS champions there overall. Of course, within 3 seasons, we're supposed to increase the club worth by 75%. 2 seasons, remaining seasons 2, we only got it up to 9% there. So we still got a lot of, you know, we still got a lot of work there. I don't think we'll make that target. But, you know, some of these are just really difficult to try to do and try to set up here. But take a look there. You got Youth Academy, you know, things we got to meet. And it's, you know, some of these objectives we were successful in. Others we were not. But, you know, yeah, some of these are just really just like, okay, that like the odds of me trying to get there is going to be very, very difficult. It's going to take quite some time, or it may not even be achievable. So I try not to worry about those too much. You know, as long as we're out there having a, you know, good ball club, we're winning games, things will start falling, you know, start following in, and we'll be in a good position there to help ourselves out here. Okay, so we're looking at the Youth Academy our Youth Academy coaches here, or scouts, and there you see they're in 3 different countries. Got one in Colombia, one in England, and one in Mexico. And we'll just take a look here at their scouting report so far here. And, you know, I've been looking at some of these players here. Like I said, a lot of these guys would probably not make it once we got, you know, further into the season here. But looking at their numbers, see this one he definitely would make right now, but unfortunately he's a goalkeeper, so he wouldn't be doing too good for us, because right now we got a log jam in goalkeepers right now. But of course, you know, we could keep him around, we can get his numbers up, and then at some point there we could sell him to a team, sell his rights to another team there, and get some cash out based off of him with that. What else do we have? Who else do we have here? Got some pretty high potential. You see another one there, Bintel. Yeah, he has some pretty good high potential there. Looks like he's a midfielder, could be a goalkeeper himself there. Looks very more defensive mind there. And then of course another goalkeeper. And there's some more defensive guys there from Luco. Let's go ahead and take a look at Daniel and what he has been looking for us here. He's in England, and he's found some other good players here. Another goalkeeper, but of course, like I said, logjam of goalkeepers. Now, the only way I'm going to keep some players that are goalkeepers if you know, they have a high you know, potential like that. You know, 99 potential, whatever. Those ones I would keep around. So guys like Dylan Turner or Aiden Griffiths, those are guys I would look at and like, okay, you know, you got some pretty good numbers here. They pan out pretty well. Let's keep you around. Of course, he would be a back, and so is could look like he could play midfield, or he's a back. Owen Mason, another one here, midfield type of guy, play a back. But yeah, and then, you know, I've playing this game and of course playing, you know, watching other people play play FIFA, because I follow other people on YouTube that play this series of games, and I've learned a lot of how to recruit, how to find guys, how to just do stuff in there. And I've picked up a lot of things up, and like I said, my buddy Joe, he plays this game on, you know, pretty regular, and he gave me some tips. He also told me some other people that I should watch that he follows on YouTube, and find some of these players there. And like I said, I mean, a lot of these players you see here with this, you know, the potential 58 or 50, you know, that 59 to 80, you know, that is MLS quality right there. That's the ones you really want to go for, you know, for MLS. Guys like, you know, Oliver Clark here, these are the guys that, you know, Premier League wise, those are the ones you want to go after. You know, Premier League, you're looking for, you know, the mid 70s to upper 90s type of players in there. MLS wise, you're looking guys for, you know, in the mid 50s up to the, you know, to the 80s, you know. And that's where I've been trying my best to kind of cap myself. Is like, okay, you can't go after a player that's any higher than 80. If you do, you know, you got to kind of get rid of some other players and make room for this, you know, this particular player and whatnot. And I've kind of learned that, you know, try to make it realistic as I possibly could. And I think sometimes I was successful with it, other times not so successful with that type of stuff. We'll look at Andrew here. He's in Mexico. He is looking for more defensive. We're looking for more defensive type players here. I think, honestly, for this Kansas City squad here, we got a lot of offensive power that, you know, we now need to kind of like shift it now and kind of worry about defending the ball. Because there's been many times here that we have not done a great job here defending. Now, a player like this guy, yeah, this guy would be Soria. He'd be a great player there for us. So would this young man here. Paz there, you see a Flesio Paz there. He'd be a good one. Same here. Man, we got a lot of good defensive players here. This one, he would be here with us for a while, and then at some point here, depending on how his training was going and if he was playing, he'd definitely be a starter for sure. By probably his second, maybe third year, then we would have to ship him off because he would just be too expensive for us to keep him around. So we would definitely have to sell him off to a Premier League or Bucha League or whatever type of league that he was looking for a type of player to his caliber. Macy Vasquez there, another player that we've recently looked at, and a couple others here. So, like I said, majority of these players you see here, like they're like I said, mid 50s to probably their upper 70s. Those are the ones you want to go for when you're doing an MLS series. That's what I've been told. That's what I've kind of learned. I've kind of looked at other teams doing scouting and stuff like that, and that's what you want to look for. Anything more than 80, then that's when you're in the Premier League, or you're in the you're in the Italian leagues or the German leagues, stuff like that. Those are the top quality type players you want to go after and go get. So, but yeah. So like I said, we got some really good players here. Like I said, they're all looking for some defensive-minded players because that's what I want to do now. Since this season we have I feel like going to the second season we have so many offensive players that we kind of need to balance it back out again and look at some defensive players. So look for some good midfielders, look for some good, backline. Got to have a strong backline, and of course some good and upcoming goalies to protect us there. Now, as for the Youth Academy as right now, here are some of those players here that we are looking at that we recently have not really signed yet because they're not old enough yet. Because of course you have to be 50, or you have to be 16 or older to be signed to a professional team. So as you take a look here, we have two 15-year-olds that we could do something with here. They got some really nice potential, especially for the MLS level. That's, like I said, mid 70s, lower, mid 70s, mid 80s type player in between there. So these two young men here are definitely going to be someone we're going to keep around here for a while. Build up their stock, and then once they have a high enough value, maybe we could use them as a bargaining chip for a trade for a guy. Maybe we want to bring a high-profile name from the Premier League that's kind of going, kind of on the twilight of their career. They still have enough oomph, or still enough star power that they can help us get over the hump. And maybe they want one more shot at getting some kind of championship and bring some excitement to our team. Then that's when we would use those young men there, in buying and selling, try to bring other players or something like that into the squad. Or if we just need some cash, and so we can bring, take one of these young men here, trade, sell them off to a team that needs some star power or needs some help with, whatever, in this case it'll be their goalkeeping with Morena, or this young man here, left mid. Maybe they need that help, and we have the guys for them, especially young guys. Then we can get some cash based off of it, and then put that back in for our own save to bring in somebody. So, but yeah, I do like these two guys here. We're gonna keep them on there. Like I said, they're 15, not eligible to play yet. So play at least on the senior squad there. So we'll definitely hold on to them for at least another year. Now, as for the squad here, as you see here, we do have some guys here that we do have to look at financially here. We got Tim, who we need to re-sign, but I don't think, like I said, we're not going to re-sign him. Belser, I did not know this, but I just found out here in real life in IRL, he actually is now with Austin. He's with the new Austin team there, so he's helping build them up. And I think he would be at least 34, 35 right now in real life. So there you see him, and still with us. Are we going to re-sign him? I would like to, because he is a homegrown player, and he is our captain, and I would like to see him finish off his career in Kansas City. So there is a good chance that he will be re-signed. As for Roger, like I said, I do want to re-sign him to an extensive deal if we're going into the next season here, and see what we can do with him. If he was wanting to leave, or if we had a chance to, there was a team out there that was needing his services, then yeah, I would definitely let him go. It would be tough, because really in IRL, he is one of my favorite Sporting Kansas City guys there. He is really cool. I actually got a chance to meet him in real life, so that's probably one of the reasons why I don't want to let him go in this game here. Of course, Corso, he's going to be around for a while. 28. He is one of our top scorers in our team. Not like the first year we started playing this, but this year was kind of a slump year, and hopefully next year, if we were doing a third season, I got to remind myself if we were doing a third season, I think he would definitely have a good bounce back year. And then we got, like I said, we got some goalies here. The goalie situation, we got two guys under the age of 26 that we got to figure out what we're going to do with them here. Will there be starters next season? Probably not, because like I said, we got Zach there for us. As for Eric, he'll be around for another year, and there you see his value has gone up 15% there, so it's nice to see him happy and playing very well. I mean, he's 29 years of age, so he's kind of in his peak right now. I would say probably another year, then he'll probably start sliding down. But right, I mean, this would seem like his best year. I mean, next year could be his, slight downfall. To put it in terms there. So we'll have to see. Lindsey, of course, he's out on loan. He'll be back next season. He'll be in that right back, left back position. We kind of move him back and forth between those two pods there. He is one of our youngsters who's going to be seeing a lot more playing time next year, probably, especially if we don't sign Belzer. He'll probably take that position there at the center back, one of the two center back positions there for us. And Hoshgar, there you see his number. See here, he's going to be around for at least another year. This is a guy right here. He's actually pretty good. And like I said, he can play I really try to find guys that can play multiple positions, so I can do a better job of making sure when we have multiple games on on a given week, we can move guys around and shift them around. And like I said, he's signed with us there for another year. Reese Cox, a youngster there that we brought. He's a forward there. Could be a future striker for us there in the future, but don't know yet. We haven't really seen him on the pitch as much especially this season, as he's came over from England. And then who else? Rivera. There you see there another young possible striker there for us. And of course he can play cam, so we got another guy that can play the cam position, which is nice to see. Ward, another left back there, another 18-year-old there that we was in our youth academy. Now he is here, and he has I can't remember exactly what his potential is. I don't have my notes in front of me here on his, but I think he had like a 80 something potential, 85. So he has definitely got a bright future here for us. And I would like to get him locked, lock him down, just like Rivera here. A lot of these 18, 19-year-olds I want to lock down on multiple years here coming up, because they just got some great potential from them. Connor Cooper, another young guy there. He has some good potential here for at least for MLS standards here. I believe his highest potential is probably like a mid 70s. So he is definitely could be a future star playmaker here for the MLS. And then you see Daniel. Daniel very quiet this year. He did score quite a few goals. He did have a couple good goals here this season. But he's been playing our striker position there, especially when Nemo left. But he's going to be playing a lot more of the wing positions. If we were doing the third season, I would have him play that wing position. And then Rowe, he's one of those guys we have for 2 years. He's got a 2-year contract left. And he's one of our cam guys. I'm really having fun with him there. Him and the young man that we picked up from FC Dallas. Those two are kind of our two primary cam positions. Yeah, we do have Bram Visser here, who's 16 years old. But we're gonna work on him a lot more here. And once we get him going, I think he's got a good shot here to, challenge Kellen Rowe here for that position. And then we got another young man, 16 from Brazil. He has a 74 overall potential. I think it was the highest on the high end there. And we got a good chance to get him again. Visser, Alvarez, and then also James here is another one, 16 years of age. He's from Canada, and I believe he had a 74 overall. So I mean, all three of those guys right there are those young guys right there. They're all 16 years of age. They're all in the same youth academy class. It's gonna be fun seeing those three go forward here and see who can outshine the other. I think, like I said, that cam position, that center mid position area, I think we're solid in. I just want to be more, like I said, this going into season 3, we're going to look at more of the defensive side and locking down and make sure we have some good solid defensive players there helping us out. Excuse me. Alexander Blinka for the United States. He's another guy that we just recently signed here to a 2-year deal. He was in our youth academy, and there you see his value's gone up quite a bit here. We've been working with him quite often in training for that center mid position. Not saying that like I said, we're not trying to push out anybody, but you kind of got to get ready. You got to get that youth in there and get those experienced players in there, or those inexperienced players in there with our experienced players, so they can learn something. I kind of wish FIFA had something like a mentorship thing in the game. really familiar to, like, if you guys are familiar with the NBA 2K series, they had a thing in there. I think they still do. They had a mentor. You kind of a rookie kind of learned something from, and you got extra points by having those to the veteran and then the rookie working with one another on different styles of their game. So I wish that was something they would do in this one here. EA, do that. And then there you just see some other players here. We got some other guys that I just picked up, basically for some depth in positions here, more of in that center positions there. And then we got our two defensive mids, who I've been really having fun with. Sanchez, he had a rough year here. He's been kind of hurt. He did score some goals here for us, but for a while there, he was hurt I think he was out for a good month or two. So we had to really use a lot of more. We had to be more attacking than we were defensively at times. But I'm hoping that he'll have a full recovery here. I'm hoping if he does end up having another serious injury, then I'm kind of thinking like, okay, he's injury prone. We might have to get rid of him and kind of go out there and search for maybe have one of our attacking mids, flip them over if they are. I'm not sure. I don't think I have any attacking mids that are. Well, let's see. We got Blinka. He's so he could play. And so gets Gutierrez there. So, I mean, in some ways, they're both interchangeable. Now there's just one, center CDM just stays back. A CDA or C. How would I say that? CDM drops back and is on more of a defensive side. CM, KM is more of a guy that goes in there and helps out, gets in the box there for us. So, like I said, we got some depth in there. That's what I've been trying to do here as of late, and just try to make sure we kind of overlap and cover each in certain areas. Cunningham, another guy. Guys, we have I picked up a lot of players here, and like I said, at some point here, we'll start weeding out the ones that are not getting better. We'll start, okay, we'll release you and go find somebody else. Fuentes is another player. Actually, no, I take that back. I apologize. It was not Sanchez that was actually prone. It was actually Fuentes who was accident prone this season. So we did bring in Cunningham to help out for that situation here. Yes, he's not experienced. He's only 16. He's new to the club, but I think it's a young man. If I remember correctly, he had a pretty nice overall. We've been working with him in training. He's going to be a young man that's going to be really something special for us once he gets to that. Once he hits that certain mark there as a center back. Graham Smith, he's out on loan, but he'll be back next season, and he can, like I said, he can easily take over that starting position there as a center back. I'm really hoping he looks like he's ready. He's been playing pretty well there overseas, and we're going to see how well his experience over there can translate back to the States. And then, like I said, we got a nice Fabio. There you see from Venezuela, 16 years old. He can play left and right. And then our goalkeepers, like I said, we got a bunch of goalkeepers here. Robinson is one of them. He has a high potential. I believe he has a 90+ potential. Ian Stewart is another one that has a high potential. And of course, Zach there, and he is not. He is only 24 years of age, guys. So he still got a lot of years on him as a goalkeeper. Of course, he played for Columbus for a long time there. So it's nice to bring him, and that's what I was wanting to do. I was wanting to bring in somebody that was the next right behind that could easily just put in there and not have any issues with. And I was really happy that we were able to pick up Zach there once Tim leaves and goes off to the Premier League. And then of course this young man here, Pablo, we got him from FC Cincinnati. He's from Chile, I believe he is one of our. We actually, I did not mean to do this, but we do have 4 designated players. He is one of them, one of the 4, and so I believe, if I'm not mistaken, one of the guys that we do have designated player is going to be leaving. So I can't remember who I said. I have my notes, but I did not bring them out because originally I was not going to be working on this video here today, but decided to do a live comm here of this series. Anyway, Pablo is one of our newest signings. We picked him up during the transfer window, and he's been doing very well for us. He's a very good player, very good cam, and I'm hoping we'll see more out of him. He's 22 years of age. He's a high 76, so I say we probably got another 2 more seasons out of him. And if he gets that 80 mark, we're definitely going to have to say, we're going to have to let him go and let him venture out to another club. So, and then Brophy, the young player, 23 years of age from Scotland. We picked him up after the end of the first season, and he is just now taking off here midway through this second season, and he is something special, you guys. I really enjoy playing this. Use this young man, put him out on the pitch there. It just seems like everything just goes right for him. It just, I can't remember exactly what his overall is, but I know it's a high overall. But in I'd say probably another 2-3 years, when he gets to 26, he's definitely gonna be something that we're gonna be glad that we had. And then, not to mention, we may not be able to afford him. I can see him scoring. I can see him easily scoring 20 to 25 goals next season. The way how he was playing this year. So yeah, we had to kind of hold him back some. Andre Green from the Premier League there. He's a youngster, 21 years of age. We brought him over. He's going to play for us. He has a 3-year contract. Jake Hasty, if you guys don't know, he is really good. He plays for the Rangers there. I don't know if he still plays for them in real life, but Jake Hasty, a young player, a left mid. He can play the wing position too, but he is another player there that I've grown to love because I watched West Coast King. Shout out to him. He had a series with the Rangers, and this player was just amazing. I was really pleased for what this kid can do, and I've actually seen him play in real life on watching some games online, and this kid has some really talent. That's why I brought him over, especially when he's a little younger in this game compared to what he is right now. I think he might be 23, 24 right now in real life, but decided to bring him over, and he's going to have a big role here coming up here in that mid position there for us. So like I said, we're gonna go through here. Okay, I should say, if I was doing season 3, I'd be going through here, cleaning house, checking, making up depth charts and all that kind of stuff, and showing what we're going to do and how everything's going to play out. But since we're not doing that, it's just nice to show, at least talk about some of these players here that I've actually grown to love. But I think overall, by far my favorite player in this, because I get tickled every time I see him score, and that's Gorso. I mean, this kid is just amazing on that pitch there. Now, if I really had the real, the actual Sporting Kansas City team right now, I'm gonna butcher his name so bad, but Bolufosil, thanks who it is on Sporting Kansas City. He's by far right now my favorite player besides Roger. Like, Roger's 1A, and Bolufosil is 1B. Like, those two are my favorite players right now in Sporting Kansas City, and I really enjoy watching both of them. And yeah, it's I'm just now thinking about it. It's just like, man, I just want to go back and watch some games here. I'm hoping to go to a game here soon, to see them in action here in real life. But yeah, by far those are my two favorite players right now, and I'm really hoping that I know in the newer game right now he's on that. Of course, he's on that game now, but But yeah, Corso right now for this team, him and Espinoza are probably my him, Espinoza, of course Tim, and then of course I have to say Eric too. Eric's probably another one that I've been really. He's by far one that's really progressed a lot. He's progressed quite a bit. But yeah, where is he at right here? I'm trying to find him again. But Brophy, he is just by far. I'm so glad that we were able. When I looked at his numbers there, I was so impressed with his numbers and what he can do as a player. Weak foot, good, good skill moves, all that kind of stuff. Just decent. He's not. He's there. He's got to. He knows to take a shot. And he knows when to drive it in there. And like I said, put him on the wings there too. He knows what he's doing there. He seems like he's pretty balanced on both. As a winger and as a striker. So I like both. I like him by far. One of my favorite rookies right now that we picked up here in this series. So. Alright, so if we were going to go ahead and go into Season 3, of course, I would be doing all the simulation and showing off what we could do, player-wise or like that. And I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it as it is because this is how we're going to end this series here. So we did win, of course, we won the championship. So congrats to the boys there. Done and dusted. This is actually by far I was really nervous about doing this series. Because I'm not really familiar with soccer. I'm not really familiar with the lingo. By far, I had to do some work of doing some research on this series. Especially the lingo is still kind of new with me. Calling the game is different. It's not like fast paced or anything like that. And sometimes I kind of go back and watch some of the videos. I kind of cringe at some of the play-by-play there. I think in the future, when I do a series, if I do another MLS series, I'll probably do more of a live stream based, so you guys get my reactions. I think you guys will get a kick out of that more so than the edited. I kind of like doing the edited too, but I think you guys will probably get more enjoyment out of the live action, live comm, getting live reactions and stuff like that from me while I'm playing the game. Especially me cussing and swearing and all that kind of stuff. So I might have to put a parental warning at the beginning of the episode. But each episode. But for the most part, this is something that I had. It was a challenge. It was something different. I was like, okay, I want to do something different. I don't want to continue doing MLS. I don't want to continue doing NCAA. I don't want to continue doing Madden. I don't want to keep doing baseball, which are kind of the three ones I kind of mainly do. I once want to do something else, something different, and that's what ESGNet is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be, showing it's, entertainment, sports, gaming network. I want to do something more than just the traditional, at least here in the States, the traditional sports, basketball, football, and baseball. So doing soccer has been really fun. I really enjoyed playing the games. I've really picked up on a lot of things playing these games. I've lost several games against Joe. Recently here I've won a couple of them, but also playing against other friends. I've learned, they say you learn a lot more from failure than you do from success, and it's very true. And just by watching other people play it and just playing it and just not giving a care about how winning or losing, it's actually it's been fun, a lot of fun. I've been having a lot of excitement with it and everything like that, and that's why I said I want to do a lot more live commentary. At some point here, I do want to do my the series that I've been wanting to do for a long time now. It's going to be a Premier League team. I think I've already mentioned already, but it is going to be a Premier League team where it's called our Mission Recognition or Recondition series, where I basically just sim it. I'm just the GM and I sim at things, and I just basically just play it out to see how I do as a GM, and by buying, selling players, and stuff like that. And that's a series that we're going to do here with all the sports games here on the channel. But yeah, this is, like I said, this has been a fun series. This is my first series, soccer series here. Hopefully there'll be more. We're going to get back into the Wolf series, because that series right now, especially that first season, and we bumped up. I've been bumping up the level of difficulty on that game. It's been getting a lot of fun. The games have been getting intense, and that's what I want. I want some intensity in the games. I want some excitement, and that's what it's been for me so far here. So this one here it's sad to let this series go, but it's something that has to be done. At some point here, series are gonna have to be wrapped up and put a nice little bow on it and be considered done and dusted, as they say. So we'll hopefully come back to the Sporting Kansas City series here at some point here in the future. I got a couple other series I need to kind of wrap up here on this channel, but yeah, this one is probably the first one I've actually I'm really sad and see to end, and ends especially at a point where we're playing so well and we're getting so many great players coming in here and start to be established as a team in here. And of course, at some point here, we get boring if you guys seeing me just slaughter every single team. Not saying I am, because I'm not. There's been a lot of games where I've got my butt kicked, by a goal. It's like, oh my goodness, like we were playing so well. Like, how the hell did we give up that one goal? And of course, I did had a couple games where I did get beat pretty good. Got my butt spanked pretty good there. So, nothing. It was a lot of fun, and I cannot wait to continue that into the Wolverhampton Wolves series here on the channel. And of course, once we get over also on the second channel, we'll have a new series over there where, like I said, so it'll be a sim based. Occasionally we'll drop into watch games and stuff like that, for there's a certain player that we picked up and that we want to see in action for the first time. We'll go in and check out those games. I haven't decided if I'm going to play those games or not. I really think I just want to make it as a sim thing, so we may just occasionally sim games, or just try to just pop in, watch the game and see how it plays out and stuff. So we'll see how things go coming up here in the near future. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you've been watching the series from the very beginning, thank you guys so much for supporting the series. If you're just new to the series, go back, watch the beginnings. You'll start seeing the evolution of this series, how it got started and whatnot. But it's been a fun series. I think we've got 37 episodes, and this is the 13th episode of the Inside the Cauldron. It's been a lot of fun, and I wouldn't change anything. So again, thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoy this series, please hit a like. That would help me a bunch. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you happen to be new. Hit that bell notification so you guys be notified of this series or any other series here on the channel. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Discord for the latest news and events here on the channel. And again, thank you guys so much for that. Been supporting this series, been following this series along, and give me some good pointers. A lot of you guys have been giving me some great pointers on a lot of things, and I've taken those to heart by playing this game, and they've been very, very helpful. So thank you guys so much for watching. But as always, we are done. We are dusted for the last time here. Full of glory for the city, Sporting Kansas City. As always, take care of yourself, each other's, wear a mask, be careful out there, and I will see you guys next time.